Converse Rubber Company, manufacturers of America's #1 basketball shoe, the Converse All-Star, brings you the 26th in a series of championship basketball films. You will see the top games, the top stars, and interesting sidelights in America's greatest game. The finals pit Maryland and their 6'11" sophomore Tom McMillan against Niagara. The surprise team in the NIT thus far, Niagara upset Texas El Paso, Princeton, and St. John's to advance to the championship game. Maryland, one of the pre-tournament favorites, rolled past St. Joseph's, Syracuse, and Jacksonville en route to the final round. Howard White jumps one up from 15 feet, and Maryland is on the scoreboard. Al Williams' pass is intercepted by Bob Bodell, and the Terrapin backcourt ace is off to the races. Pretty move. Marshall Wingate, the NIT's top scorer, drives and tries to force a pass inside. Tom McMillan and Len Elmore are right there to break it up and knock the loose ball out to Bob Bodell. Bodell driving down court, cuts across the key. He connects with a soft jump shot as Maryland overcomes an early Niagara lead to take control. 5'9" Al Williams quarterbacks Niagara as the ball moves around the circle to Ed Street for a long jumper that's good at the buzzer to make the halftime score Maryland 42, Niagara 35. But in the second half, the Terrapins begin to pull away from the scrappy Purple Eagles as Tom McMillan and Len Elmore control the boards and use those long arms to intimidate shooters and block shots with regularity. Jim O'Brien breaks away to register a bucket as the well-balanced Maryland squad takes command. Niagara tries to fight back as Al Williams hits a short jumper. And number 10, Marshall Wingate displays the moves that helps him to a game high of 30 points. But in the end, it was too much McMillan, Bodell, Elmore, White, and O'Brien as the Maryland Terrapins capture their first NIT title. Big Tom McMillan takes home the most valuable player trophy as Maryland outguns Niagara 100-69 to run away with the National Invitation Tournament crown in eye-popping fashion. The Hutchinson, Kansas Sports Arena hosts the silver anniversary of the National Junior College Basketball Tournament. In the dark uniforms, it's Ferrum College sporting a 34-3 record coming in this championship game. But they're the underdogs against Vincennes University Junior College. Wearing white, the Vincennes Trailblazers are unbeaten in 33 games. The shortest team in the tournament, Vincennes plays a control game looking for the open man. In this case, it's Tony Byers. The Ferrum Panthers streak to an early 8-point lead, but favored Vincennes roars back behind the inspired play of 6'2" center Bill Butler. And at halftime, it's Vincennes 31, Ferrum 27. As the second half begins, Vincennes goes to the hot man, jumping jack Bill Butler. His agility and body control is something to see. Now it's Clarence Walker with a sensational drive for 2 more Trailblazer points. Ferrum's Bob Stevens pumps in a long one, but Vincennes has their 3rd national title in 7 years as they take the National Junior College Championship by the score of 73-61. Kansas City's Municipal Auditorium is the scene of the NAIA Championship as Eau Claire challenges Kentucky State and its one-man gang named Travis Grant. Eau Claire in white jumps off to a quick 8-point advantage with Frank Shade setting the early scoring pace. Kentucky goes to Grant and Travis connects with a fall-away jump shot. James Lindsay controls for Eau Claire, fakes his man, and hits a beauty. Kentucky State is looking for its 3rd straight NAIA crown, but Eau Claire is providing stiff opposition in this championship tilt. The Thoroughbreds find Leon Harris in the corner, and he scores with a long jump shot. Eau Claire stays in front at the half as Steve Johnson sinks a lefty layup, and the score is 33-29. Kentucky State goes to Travis Grant in the second half, and Travis does not let them down. Grant's hot hand provides 39 points in the game, a record-breaking 213 points for the tournament, his second straight NAIA MVP trophy, and Eau Claire goes down to defeat. The final score is 71-62 as the Kentucky State Thoroughbreds gain their third consecutive National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics title on the wings of the leading college scorer in basketball history, sharpshooting Travis Grant. Coach George Nicodemus is obviously a man, but his players are 100% female. He's the coach of John F. Kennedy College in the white uniforms as they play Wayland Baptist College in the 4th annual Amarillo National Invitational Women's Collegiate Basketball Tournament. And if you think this is not for real, just watch this. They really hit. Holly Redden, the Wayland coach, encourages his team as the first half seesaws back and forth, with Wayland hanging in there on 76% foul shooting. And talk about moving the ball, watch the Kennedy girls set up pivot woman Linda White on this play. That's the way to go, gals. But the Wayland Baptist College girls keep their cool, moving the ball smartly, finding the open woman, and methodically pulling away in the fourth quarter as Janice Beach tallies a game-high 20 points. The final score is Wayland 48, Jay 41, and the women's collegiate basketball title. The finals in the annual Converse Run, Dribble, Shoot contest are held at the spanking new Nassau Coliseum in Garden City. Over 5,000 youngsters competed in the eliminations, with the winners moving on to the finals. Dribbling through the obstacle course is duck soup for these young men, switching hands like pros before driving in for the layup. Shooting from specified positions on the floor is another integral part of the Converse Run, Dribble, Shoot championship, and this sharp-shooting youngster shows a marvelous touch. Foul shots are taken also, and don't these guys ever miss? Fantastic shooting. There's competition in different age groups from 9 to 14, and even the youngest boys maintain an unbelievable shooting percentage. Winners receive a trip to the ABA Finals with their dads, season's tickets to the Nets, and beautiful trophies emblematic of their basketball skills. York Clarice, representing the Converse Rubber Company, presents the winners with their well-deserved prizes. Roberts Stadium in Evansville, Indiana is the scene of the NCAA College Division basketball tournament as Roanoke College plays Akron in the championship game. Roanoke in red gets off to a fast start as Jay Picola scores. Akron, favored in the final, following an overtime win over pre-tournament choice Tennessee State, works inside the Roanoke defense for a well-deserved bucket. Pretty play. First-team College Division All-America Hal Johnston on his way to the Tony's MVP trophy. It's a long jumper, and at the half, it's Roanoke 38, Akron 30. In the second half, Roanoke fights, scrambles, and hustles to maintain the lead. With Johnson, Picola, Beatty Barnes, and Everett Hurst leading the scorers, Roanoke is on the verge of a tremendous upset. The Maroons were lightly regarded when the tournament began, but now they're in the driver's seat. Akron gets 21 points from Randy Anderson, but it's not enough as Roanoke stuns the basketball world and walks off with the NCAA College Division Championship in convincing style with an 84-72 win over Akron, and Coach Charlie Moyer is one happy man. The 1972 NCAA championship is on the line in the Los Angeles Sports Arena as UCLA aims for an incredible 6th straight national crown. The unbeaten Bruins face Florida State, surprise semifinal victors over North Carolina. Henry Bibby's short jumper gets UCLA off winging in the early moments. UCLA's average margin of victory during the season was 31 points, and they're prohibitive favorites to dunk Florida State as Keith Wilkes hits for 2 more. The UCLA press doesn't rattle the Seminoles, though. The Florida State poise plus some fine outside shooting by Ron King answers the Bruins point for point. Florida State, 23-5 coming into the tournament, is playing pretty as a picture basketball and moves out to an amazing 7-point lead on this basket by Reggie Royals. Henry Bibby misses, but Keith Wilkes comes down with the rebound. Wilkes looks to get the ball inside for 6'11" sophomore sensation Bill Walton. Now he does, and Walton banks it in. Florida State stays hot and stays loose. This time it's Ron Harris pumping from downtown, and it's all tied up at 21. UCLA waits for Bill Walton to take command, and they don't have to wait long as Walton leads a powerful Bruins surge in the next 10 minutes of play. Walton's rebounding, defensive, and offensive abilities spark UCLA to a 50-39 halftime advantage. Walton continues to dominate the boards in the second half, and Keith Wilkes still holds the hot hand as UCLA pulls away from Florida State. The Seminoles try to rally. Reggie Royals responds with a bomb from the top of the key. The Bruins come right back, with Bibby penetrating. Sven Nader winds up the play with a pretty hook shot. There it is. Florida State refuses to fold. Ron King, en route to a game-high 27 points, clicks from the corner. The Seminoles catch fire, and as King hits once more, the UCLA lead is sliced to 7 points with 4 minutes remaining in the game. The Bruins slow it down, looking for the good shot in an effort to stem the FSU momentum. Walton has it. Over to Wilkes. Pretty play! Ron Harris rushes back. He shoots and scores. With time running out on Florida State, UCLA controls the ball. Significantly enough, the tournament's outstanding player, Bill Walton, registers the final basket of the game, and the UCLA Bruins top Florida State 81-76. A fantastic 6th straight NCAA title for Coach John Wooden, and the UCLA dynasty rolls on. Every year since 1932, the Converse Rubber Company has picked an All-America basketball team. It is the oldest college all-star team of record. This past season, on the basis of a poll among 817 college coaches, sports writers, and sportscasters, the Converse people are happy to unveil their 41st All-America team. The first member of this season's Converse All-America basketball team is 6'1" Henry Bibby. Bibby won many a contest with his timely outside shots. His fine floor game was a steadying influence for UCLA's young squad. Number 22, Jim Jones of Marquette, 6'11" and 230 pounds, is another Converse All-America. Jones excelled on defense and offense, particularly with his shooting ability, outstanding for a big man. Jones elected to pass up his senior year when he signed a multi-year $1 million contract with the New York Nets of the ABA. College basketball has a new all-time scoring leader in Travis Grant of Kentucky State with over 4,000 points in his career. In directing his team to its 3rd NAIA tourney title, Grant tallied a career high of 68 points against Eastern Michigan. The top major college scorer last winter was Dwight Lamar of southwestern Louisiana with a grand total of 1,054 points. The 6'1" wizard posted a scoring average of 36.3 points per game. He hit for 51 points in successive meetings with Louisiana Tech and Lamar University. The fifth member of this season's Converse All-America Club is Bob McAdoo of North Carolina. He was named to the Atlantic Coast Conference team last season, as well as winning MVP honors in the league's annual tournament while directing the Tar Heels to one of their best campaigns in recent seasons. Another member of this All-America team is Barry Parkhill of the University of Virginia. At 6'4", Parkhill was a unanimous choice for the Atlantic Coast Conference team. A most unselfish player, he stood out as a smart floor general and a fine shooter, hitting a career high of 51 points against Baldwin Wallace. Jim Price of the University of Louisville has been named to the Missouri Valley Conference team twice and won MVP honors in the 1971 Holiday Festival, directing the Cardinals to the title. The 6'3" backcourt ace is a fine jump shot artist and an excellent playmaker. The eighth member of the Converse squad is Ed Ratliff of Long Beach State, the MVP in the Pacific Coast Conference. Ratliff at 6'6", excelled both inside and out. An all-around player, he led his team in scoring, playmaking, and ball hawking. One of the most agile big men last season was Tom Riker, 6'10" hero from the University of South Carolina. He averaged over 15 points and 10 rebounds per game. Riker has effective moves, a fine outside shooting touch, and the knack of coming through when the going is the roughest. Rounding out the Converse All-America team is the poll's top vote-getter, UCLA's Bill Walton. Only a sophomore, Walton was largely responsible for the Bruins' unbeaten season and their sixth straight national title. At 6'11", Walton is a natural leader, which explains why everyone hailed Coach John Wooden's UCLA club as the Walton Gang. It's the ABA Championship Series as the New York Nets and Indiana Pacers hook up in the final round at the Nassau Coliseum. Roger Brown, one of the top performers in the ABA, is Indiana's key to victory. Brown has been a thorn on the Nets' side since the series began. Big George McGinnis has been controlling the boards, and the Nets must find a way to neutralize his muscle. Johnny Roche is sidelined with an ankle injury, and Rick Barry is hampered by a muscle pull early in Game 6. Indiana leads the series 3-2. A win today would wrap it up, and the New York injury list dims the chances for a seventh game. George McGinnis connects with the jump shot, but the action is as even as it can be with both teams off to a hot start. Bill Melchione drives down the lane and gets 2 points. Freddie Lewis passing cross-court to Roger Brown. Brown unloads a three-point home run attempt. It's good! Melchione dribbles left, then holds up and bounce passes to Johnny Baum. Baum takes the shot, misses, follows up, and scores with a good second effort as Indiana coach Bob Leonard suffers on the bench. Rick Mount dribbles around a Darnell Hillman screen, cuts inside, drives, misses an easy layup, but Bob Nedelicki goes up and taps it in. Melchione has it, passes inside to Billy Paultz. Paul swinging the big hook, up and in, and the game is tied at 56 at halftime. Into the second half, and the teams keep matching baskets. Rick Barry drives to the baseline. Now he comes back out. He hits the short jump shot as Nets coach Lou Carnesecca steadies his team with vocal support and hand signals. Rick Barry lets fly with a three-point bomb. Bang! Not to be outdone, the Pacers come right back and look to their three-point specialist, Roger Brown. Roger toes the mark. Now he shoots. Good for three. Now Indiana tries to change of pace and goes to work inside as George McGinnis takes it, wheels, faking a shot, passes to Mel Daniels, and he stuffs it. Bill Melchione moves to the right baseline. There's his jumper. Pretty. With time running out, the Pacers use as much of the 30-second clock as they can before moving toward the basket. Billy Keller passes over to Roger Brown. Brown moves in, fakes, goes up. He's fouled, and the shot is good. Indiana leads by 3 with 3 seconds to go. The Nets have one last desperation try on the inbounds play. Bill Melchione heaves a 40-footer, and it falls short. The Indiana Pacers capture the ABA championship 4-2 over the New York Nets, clinching it with a dramatic 108-105 win on the Nets' home court. Out of the past, in the year 1952, 20 years ago, number 5 was worn by a high school freshman named Wilt Chamberlain. The school was Overbrook High in Philadelphia, and Chamberlain became the most celebrated high school player in basketball history. Notice his foul shot. It's good. Wilt chose the University of Kansas from the 300 colleges offering scholarships, and territorial rights in the pros were exercised by the Philadelphia Warriors during his senior year in high school. Here in his final game at Overbrook High School, he receives a wild standing ovation as he comes to the bench for the final time. Our time machine leaps forward to 1962, 10 years ago. Wilt Chamberlain is now a professional wearing number 13 for the Philadelphia Warriors. During the 1962 season, Big Wilt made basketball history with an incredible 100 points in a single game. The date was March 2nd, 1962, in a game against the New York Knicks in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Here he devastates the Detroit Pistons with a 50-point game, a figure he averaged for the entire season. Now we move on to 1967, and Wilt is collecting his first professional championship as a member of the Philadelphia 76ers. Seen here in the finals against San Francisco, Wilt led Philadelphia to a new NBA record of 68 wins in a single season. Following this performance with a stellar showing in the playoffs, the Chamberlain-led 76ers interrupted the Boston Celtics' NBA reign, and Wilt was the proud owner of his first championship ring. We move up 5 more years to 1972. Wilt Chamberlain is a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, and his old Philadelphia record is about to crumble. Wilt had his finest season as a professional as the Lakers went on an unparalleled winning binge. They won 33 consecutive games, setting one NBA mark, then went on to win 69 regular season contests, one more than the 76ers racked up 5 years earlier. Chamberlain triggered the explosive Lakers offense with sensational rebounding and quick outlet passes to go along with his intimidating defensive work and field goal accuracy. The Chamberlain, West, Goodrich, Hairston, McMillan team roared past all opposition in sensational style as Wilt looked for his second NBA championship. Willis Reed is the New York Knicks big man, but an injury has kept him out of the lineup virtually all season long. He'll watch the 1972 NBA championship from the sidelines. His replacement is Jerry Lucas, a 6'8" sharpshooter obtained in the trade for Cassie Russell. His hot hand from the outside could cause the Lakers some defensive problems. Wilt Chamberlain's peak efficiency is from inside, but if Lucas is hot, Wilt will have to come out and get him. Right from the start, Wilt Chamberlain goes to the boards and controls the rebounding. The Knicks get one shot and no more as Chamberlain takes charge for the Lakers. New York is intimidated by the Lakers' big man. On occasion, it's a goaltending call, but Chamberlain's tactics take an overall toll on the smaller Knicks. Coach Red Holzman knows that if his Knicks are to win, they must play error-free, as in the first game of the series, when New York blasted the Lakers 114-92. Here, Wilt guards Lucas outside, and Bill Bradley finds room inside. Throughout the series, the Knicks' strategy has been to draw Wilt away from the basket. Here's Lucas bombing away successfully to make Wilt tighten up outside. Lucas hits again, and New York takes a 7-point lead in Game 4. But when the Knicks' outside shooting goes cold, Chamberlain gets back for the rebound. The Lakers are quick to take advantage. Gail Goodrich is the other half of the great Lakers backcourt duo. He and Jerry West provide most of the Lakers' firepower. Swish. But the pressure is on New York, trailing in the series 2-1. Jerry West, who has not had his usual outstanding series, scores when it's needed most. West has never played on a professional championship team, but 1972 should be the Lakers' year. This game is the key to the finals. A Lakers win would back the Knicks against the wall with a deficit 3-1. Important as West is to the Lakers, Dave DeBusschere fills a vital role in the Knicks lineup. But DeBusschere's movement has been greatly restricted as a result of an injury in the second game. Walt Frazier with the ball. He puts a move on Jerry West. And he scores. However, in this game, as in most of the series, it's been a case of one shot for New York, and the ball belongs to Chamberlain. His outlet pass is taken by Gail Goodrich. Gail misses the shot, but Happy Haston rebounds and scores. A tight, well-played game goes into overtime, but the Lakers grab a clutch victory in the extra session. The Lakers go on to win Game 5 handily and become the NBA champions. Wilt Chamberlain, the MVP in the playoffs, proved to be the big difference. The Big Dipper, who led Philadelphia to a league title back in 1967, has led Los Angeles to its first NBA title in 1972.
We make our basketball shoes for guys like these. We make Converse All-Stars, and we have to make them great, because we don't pay players to wear them. We don't pay players to endorse them. What we have to do is keep our All-Stars one step ahead of their speed, their toughness, their style. And we have to make them better than ever in 1972.